Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning, people! Oh, my God. Woof, Natch, I don't have enough breath in me to get through the introduction. It's a very long introduction, man. How you doing? It's nice to have you back on the ProBoh Show, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you are literally you do more radio than anyone else in the company.
Exactly. Yeah.
How's it going? You must be happy to have Ximena back, right?
Yes. Very happy.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a great show. What a great show. And how are you doing out there, guys? Yes, back to our normal time, 8:30 in the morning, Central European time. How are we doing? A big hello to Min, Tripsky, Laucara, Pedro, Born to Iron Man. Guys, if you want to join in the fun and contribute to the content, you can do that at twitch.tv/professional bohemian. And to you, angelic podcast listeners, I get a little nervous talking to you. You look great today, by the way. How you doing? Guys, Natch, está petando, the podcast. You know what's surprising me? I was telling Natch this earlier. Natch and I don't talk off air. It's a fact, right? People don't believe us, Natch. It's true, though. We don't talk off air. There's a weird thing happening, a weird phenomena happening, whereas the podcast is way more popular on YouTube than it is on podcasting platforms. I did a little research over the weekend, and it's because Google's or YouTube's next frontier it wants to conquer is podcasting. And they've opened up in the channel a new podcasting tab. And my God, it's doing really well. So if you're one of those people who listen on YouTube, probably you're from the United States or you're from the UK, welcome. And for those of my amazing Spanish listeners, oh, you rock. Listeners in Russia, Natch. Listeners in China, Natch. We're taking over the world, my dude. Okay, so what's coming up in today's show? Let me not waste any more time. All right, we're going to ask where celebrities receive special treatment. That's what we asked 100 humans today. Where do celebrities receive special treatment? And then in Complete the News, if we have time for both, we're going to look at why someone was arrested because they were attempting to become a hitman. Do you know what a hitman is? A sicario. No, don't bother with the nivelazo. Don't bother with it. I don't deserve it. It's the name of a movie.
Nivelazo.
And we'll look at what homework a teacher assigned that got them put on leave and investigated. Oh my God. And then, of course, in the first half of the show, we have an unpopular opinion, which again proved to be very, very popular. Did you see the unpopular opinion today, Natch?
No, I don't remember.
You know how you can sort that out, my friend? You can go to Instagram, @professional bohemian. It's that simple. Be one of the hundreds of people who vote on these. If you're left out in the cold and you don't get a chance to express your opinion while we're not on air, it's very simple. Instagram.com, @professional bohemian. My God, guys. Couldn't be any easier. But all that fun is coming up later. Let's take a look at what people are saying in the chat. Everyone was saying, wrong channel. You're on the wrong channel. I started streaming on the wrong channel. By the way, guys, the Lunchtime Show is also going to be on this channel as of now. You can access the Lunchtime Show typing in lunchtime.show into your browser or, just going to Twitch, becoming a member, and you get notified. It's so simple. Morning ProBoh Showers. P.S. I've had deja vu, says Born to Iron Man. Born to Iron Man, what happened? Tired of being an angelic being, says Pedro. Pedro hasn't been able to join us for a while we've been doing the show in the evenings. Nice to have you back, man. I've missed so many fascinating debates here. Oh, today's a good one, Pedro. Today's a good one, especially if you're married. Let's see. Hello, Rob. Good morning, good people, says the bridge. It's nice to be back home. It's nice to be back home. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the world. I'm here, you're here, Natch is here. Let's not waste any more time. Google are scrambling, Natch. Google are nervous. Google A search engine so prolific, so popular, it became a verb. I'm going to Google it. Well, they are starting to get nervous. They are worrying. They are worrying, and quite rightly so. They are looking to completely overhaul their search engine. Why do you think that is, Natch? What do you think has spurred this decision to change?
ChatGPT.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going back to AI. I know you all hate it, but I don't care. It's fascinating to me. ChatGPT. Well, rather than just ChatGPT, because of in this report, in this article from Yahoo Finance, they don't specify any names. But let's be honest here. We know what the name is. It's Microsoft Bing, who incorporated ChatGPT into their browser. I'm gonna read a little bit of what the article says. Google is reportedly rushing to update its search engine and create a completely new one in the face of threat from competitors using artificial intelligence on their platforms. Employees at the tech giant were reportedly surprised last month and panic spread. Panic, Natch. Panic. Wow. And panic spread when they discovered that Samsung was considering whether to replace Google as the default option on its devices in favor of Microsoft Bing. That came from a New York Times report that I saw. Yeah, interesting times, man. Remember when Bing was the butt of everyone's joke? You know? This is a Google search household. Get out if you're a Bing user. You know, now, with the incorporation of ChatGPT, it's a game changer. Have you used it? Have you played around with the new Edge?
No, not yet.
Wow, it's really good, Natch. I don't know if they're using ChatGPT 4 in Bing, but it seems very, very similar. And the beauty of Bing search, and when you use the chat, is that it can actually search the internet for you. So when it gives you answers, it also gives you references where it's gotten those answers from. It's pretty good stuff. Pretty interesting stuff, guys. Do you still use Google out there? This is an open question to my people joining me in chat. How are you doing, Tripsky? Welcome. It's 1:30 a.m. here, he says, joining us from Texas, I believe. But I made it this time. Got really busy last 2 streams. Well, I'm so happy you're here. So what do you think? Is Google still your go-to search engine, Natch?
Yes, so far it is. Mm-hmm.
I've got to admit, it's mine too, but I think that has got more to do with the fact that I use Chrome for more or less everything. But I'm telling you, bit by bit, I'm using Edge more. I love its read aloud function. Did I show you this? I think I showed you this one day at work. I always come into work with a new tech discovery that the boys pretend to be interested in for a few seconds. Oh, that's really interesting, Rob. Now shut up. It's got this read aloud function, and the voice sounds so natural. It's crazy. So I use Microsoft Bing for that because I can listen to the news while I'm taking a shower now. It's awesome. But yeah, apart from that, obviously because it's so closely linked to Bing search engine, dude, I've started using it more and more. Summarizing articles if I can't read the whole thing or I don't have time. Summarize this article for me. Yes, sir. Oh, come on. That's what I call service. Trips Min says, 8:30 a.m. here, woke up in time. Really proud of myself. I'm proud of you too, Min. I'm proud of you too. Natch and I have been here since 7:30, right? Central European time. We were locked out of the building, right, Natch? Yeah, they didn't want us to come in. God damn. Okay, what else? There is a $25,000 electric vehicle coming to consumers, Natch. This comes from, Tesla apparently has reduced its manufacturing costs by around 50%. And then General Motors, an American car manufacturer, is about to release the Equinox SUV, which is a kind of a bigger vehicle that will cost around $35,000 or $30,000. Would you own an electric vehicle, Natch, as a driver?
For me, it's still expensive.
Yeah?
Even though it's, it's less expensive now, no. I can't afford it.
Yeah. I hear you. But it's interesting, right? It's good. I think, it's good for the planet, I guess, that they're coming down in price.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But my only condition to be a driver would be that I owned an electric vehicle. You know? That's why I was so keen on the patinette. I could get around. I just charge the thing. You know? Vaughn was paying for my petrol. It was awesome. $25,000 electric vehicle hard pass, says Tripsky. Well, apparently this cheaper electric vehicle is not so amazing. The new cars will be comfortable, but somewhat bare bones, says the report. Bare bones meaning kind of, it's not got any luxuries with it. You know, it's bare bones. It's just what you need, just the bare minimum to survive. And then finally, in some scientific news, massive ocean is discovered beneath the Earth's crust, containing more water than on the surface. All right, there you go. There's more water under the planet than on the planet. People are only... This is coming from Indy 100, I believe, this news story. Yes, it is. People are only just realizing that there's a massive ocean hidden underneath the Earth's crust. It turns out there is a huge supply of water 400 miles underground, stored in rock known as ringwoodite. Which is good. We need to explore this kind of thing. We need to know if that water's drinkable or not. But it does definitely put a new spin on this water shortage. Maybe this is a solution going into the future that might save us all from going thirsty. Who knows? I'll tell you what I do know, friends. It's time to go to an unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, it's unpopular opinion time. Oh, Fitz has brought me... Coffee is the best human... No, it's all right. I'll go and get it. He's the best. He's the best human. He's the best human. He literally is. And he was very proud of me today because I drank half a bottle of whiskey yesterday. He said, good man. Good man. No, don't worry, I'm not going back to my alcoholism ways. But I was feeling ill yesterday. And I have a homegrown cure for the common cold. It's a tea with lemon, honey, whiskey, and ginger. Dude. I drank myself stupid yesterday. This morning I feel fine. There you go. That's how that works. When I say fine, read hungover. I'm a little hungover, but it's all good. 400-mile hole? Well, it's 400 miles under the Earth's crust, Chusky. Okay, so today's unpopular opinion is marriage licenses should expire. So marriage licenses should have un fecha de caducidad. Is that right, Natch? Did I say that right?
Vaya nivelazo.
Oh! Wow,
Well, it's una, but
God damn it. God damn it. I didn't deserve
Muy
it,
bien.
Natch. But I feel good. I feel good that I got one anyway. All right. So marriage licenses should expire. I asked people on Instagram, Natch. What do you think they said?
maybe they say yes.
Yeah. Do you think it was a strong yes or a not so strong yes?
No, not so strong. Like maybe 55,
55.
60.
74 people
74.
said. Percent of people said true. 74%. I mean, damn. Oh, it's just changed. It's just gone down to 70. Okay, guys, I see you. I see you out there. So that's the topic. Marriage licenses should expire. Chusky says marriage itself is stupid, and I agree. Okay. Let's take a look at some pros and cons. Firstly, let's go to some messages I received regarding this topic. I can't get on board with that, says Rick. I can't get on board with that. Marriage is a sacred bond, not a gym membership. It's not something we should just toss aside when it's expired. Woo! Strong words from Rick. Jenny, I mean, it's kind of cool to have the option to renew, like a check-in point, but also it might create unnecessary pressure on couples. And the last message, I can't read your name because it's hard to pronounce, so I'm very sorry. Marriage is about building a life together, supporting each other through thick and thin. It isn't some contract we should just ditch when the clock runs out. You guys with your black and white opinion. I'm not saying people shouldn't get married. I'm not saying, like, destroy the institution. I'm just saying give it a date where you have to renew. That's all I'm saying. You know? Don't you have to redo your driving test here, Natch, when you reach a certain age?
No. It's for life. You have to renew the license, but you don't have to do the exam again.
But you have to renew the license.
You have to do like a psicotécnico.
All I'm saying is marriage should be the same thing. That's all I'm saying. You know, after a certain period of time, let's say 4 or 5 years, 5 years, 5 weeks, every day, I don't know. You should have to go and say, yeah, we want to continue being married, thanks. That's all I'm saying. It would add a little element of a check-in point. Are things going well? Are things not going well? That's my argument. Marriage licenses should need to be renewed. Okay, let's look at some pros and cons. I did my research, guys. Here we go. Some pros and cons. Marriage licenses should expire. Expiring marriage licenses would require couples to periodically reassess their commitment, encouraging an open communication and reflection on their relationship. If licenses had an expiration date, ending a marriage might become less stigmatized, as it would be more normalized as part of the process. With an expiration date, dissolving a marriage could become less complex, costly, and emotionally draining than going through a traditional divorce. Anyone who's been through a divorce may agree with that point. The concept of renewing a marriage license should encourage couples to be more intentional about maintaining a healthy, loving partnership. Are you going to disagree with that, you monsters? Are you going to disagree with those points? Let's continue. Okay, marriage licenses should not expire. The con list. Are we ready? Permanent marriage licenses provide a sense of security and stability which can be crucial for building a life together and raising children. Expiring licenses could lead to additional legal complications such as property disputes or custody issues if a couple fails to renew their license in a timely manner. The pressure to periodically renew a marriage license may create unnecessary stress and anxiety for couples who are already committed to their relationship. And for many, marriage is a lifelong commitment with deep cultural and religious significance, and the concept of an expiring license might undermine these values. There are your pros and cons, my friends. Okay, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Sounds like 70% of people are unhappy, says Tripsky. I would say that number is a lot higher, really. I mean, come on. I mean, I have not met a married man who hasn't been a little bit jealous when you've got all the free time in the world. And yeah, I'm just saying, look, I'm not poo-pooing. I don't want to yuck your yum. I don't want to poo-poo your life. If you're very happy, I'm very happy for you. You know, me too. Okay, let's continue anyway. This is from Pedro. What exactly is a marriage license? Do we have to be licensed to be married now? It's the legal document I believe you sign at the wedding ceremony. Min, I'll put my partner through some rigorous exams, says Min. It's a contract. Exactly, Trusky. It's a contract. Marriage can be dissolved by convenience of any of the parties. Thus, there is no need for a checkpoint. Yeah, but it's dissolved quite often unfairly, right? It's unfairly balanced. Well, based on the reason that the marriage is being dissolved. I know you can kind of dissolve a marriage up until the first year, right? It was a mistake. You just dissolve the marriage rather than being divorced. I'm not too au fait with that, so I can't comment too much. If anybody needs a contract for feeling secure, that means he or she has a big problem, says Chusky. Oh, can we get a bit of a ProBoh approved for people in the chat?
ProBoh approved.
Guys, you're doing God's work. I love this respectful back and forth you're having. I love it. It's what this show is about. All right, Natch, let's go to the Oracle. What are your feelings on this? Marriage licenses should expire.
Well, I think divorce was more easier to do. Yeah. It wouldn't be necessary.
We did that one show. Do you remember? Divorce should be as easy as getting married.
Yes, I agree.
But and I think people said no, if I remember correctly. This is me reframing that argument. I'm giving the world the benefit of my creativity. Marriage licenses should last 5 years. Think about that. So every 5 years, negotiations are opened. You know, you don't do the dishes enough. If you did the dishes more, I could see this partnership lasting another 5 years. You know? Yeah, things have cooled down in the bedroom, sweetheart. You know, and I'm feeling like a little more effort needs to be made in both parties, by both parties, you and me, to spice up our relationship. If we can do that, I foresee another 5 years of happiness. Negotiations open, a check-in point, because from death till death do us part doesn't work. Look at the divorce rates in the world. There's something going wrong. You know. Let's see. If anybody, this is from Chusky. If anybody needs a contract for feeling secure, he or she has a big problem. And Tripsky's saying yes. True story. How will this contract stop the complications that arise from divorce? Because if you have a time limit when this relationship ends, look, if you've ever been a freelance worker, what does this have to do with marriage? Look, it's a contract. It's the same shtick. It's a contract. I was a freelancer for a long time, Natch. And if I didn't like working for a company, I knew that, well, the contract, the job comes to an end in a few months. I'll just grin and bear it, and then I'll separate this business relationship in a very amicable way. Sorry, I don't have any time to take on any more work, you know, without going through a big process of, I don't want to see you anymore. I don't like the work you give me. It's a business relationship, Natch. It's a contract he's signing. You know? Apparently before God. Sounds like you just shouldn't marry, professional bohemian. Just have your fun when you're bored and move on. Look, I'm not anti-marriage. Dude, if I could find someone who could put up with my craziness, I would be married now and maybe have a few kids. Hasn't been the case for me. It hasn't been the case. But the idea of every 5 years having to renegotiate the contract is appealing to me. You know? This relationship isn't progressing the way I want it to. I'm not sure we should. I'm not sure I can continue another 5 years. Is that not a lot more amicable? You know what I mean? Isn't it? Or even 2 years or 3 years? Would that not cut down on the amount of infidelity or these actions that break trust in a relationship? Because that's really the issue here, isn't it? You know, if there was a finite deadline on how long you'd have to be within that relationship, because divorces are often caused by staring into this abyss, right, of projecting yourself 20 years into the future and how unhappy you're going to be dealing with that behavior. But if you just have to project yourself a couple of months, it's like, well, a couple of months, it's over. Would this not cause people to appreciate the relationship more? Treat their partner better? Isn't that what we all want? And shouldn't our institutions be as flexible as we are as human beings? Should they not reflect the modern world as it exists today? That's all I'm saying. Marriage as an institution was designed years and years ago, before the advent of the internet. You know? Before the advent of the waifu pillow. Do you know what a waifu pillow is, Natch? Don't worry, you don't need to know. It's better that you don't. Okay, so yeah, that's my thought, and I'm as you know, I'm the chief idiot here. So what's your feeling, Natch? Did you come to a true or a false?
I would say false.
You'd say false. You think? Well, I'm interested in knowing your thoughts on that, but it'll have to be after the break. Natch is the oracle here, and he's the only one of the two of us that actually has his life together. So maybe don't listen too much to me. Listen a little bit more to him. But it's still my opinion. Every 2 years, every 5 years, whatever we decide as a society, the marriage license should expire and it should be renewed. And I foresee if that was the case, well, that whole cottage industry around divorce would practically disappear. That's what I think. Waifu body pillow, says man. Yeah, you don't need to know what one of those is, Natch. You don't need to. I like Natch to be innocent to our wicked, evil internet ways. All right, my friends. Well, look, we have to go to a quick commercial break. Let me tell you something, guys. It's great to be back in the studio. It's a privilege to be back with Natch. But most of all, I recognize there are so many things you could have been doing today. But instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me, and it means the absolute world. I will see you in 4 minutes. Hey, guys. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ProBoh Show in its final 30 minutes. How are you doing, friends? All right, let's dive straight in. Okay, so if you just tuned in, what have you missed? Let me see. Today we covered the big ocean, the ocean that contains more water than on the surface of the Earth. There's a new ocean being found underneath the surface, 400 miles underneath the surface. And we talked about Google scrambling to reinvent its search engine in the face of Bing. Well, one of their biggest partners, Samsung, apparently deciding whether to make Bing their default search engine, which used to be Google. But they're deciding whether to make Bing their default search engine because the punchline of the joke is no longer the punchline of the joke, my friends. Bing is on fire right now. And then we spoke about the $25,000 electric vehicle looking to be a market disruptor with its low price. Let's see. If I had enough money to buy a vehicle, it would be an electric one. Like Natch, 25 grand is too much. The 300 I spent on my patinette, that's where I'm at. Give me an electric vehicle for 300 euros. I'm done, man. That's me. And then we went into today's unpopular opinion, which was marriage licenses should expire. On Instagram, it was 70%. It actually went down as we were live. 70% said true. But my friends in the chat have other ideas. Natch, you said no, they shouldn't expire. Give me a rationale for that, man.
No, just because if divorce were easier to do, it wouldn't be necessary. I find it interesting to do it like with no legal thing, to review or just to get a talk with your wife or with your husband and say, okay, well, let's see where are we are on the same page or not. But for me, it will only create another business, like you have to pay for renewing or for, I don't know.
Get ya. I understand. So you're saying, okay, I get it. So what you're saying is, hang on a minute. The results are in.
If divorce were like a click, an online click, like I want to be divorced. That's it. Yeah.
Problem there is the same with my marriage license expiring theory, right? Is that how then do you divide the assets of the relationship? You know what I mean? What I like about the marriage license expiring or coming to an expiration, running up to an expiration date, is that a marriage can be dissolved. We can normalize marriages being dissolved, and no one is at fault. It's just time. It ran its course. You know, how many relationships or how many marriages end just because, you know, we kind of lost the passion, we lost our way, we grew apart. But because the marriage is coming to an end, it turns into a fight. You know, normalizing a relationship ending just because its time has come, I think is something that as a society we should be aiming for. Yeah. But I understand your point, man. And you're right. It would create a whole other industry We'd maybe kill divorce in the divorce industry, and reignite the marriage renewal industry. Yeah. You know, you need to be earning X amount to maintain this relationship. Things like that. It could get ugly. It could. You know, that's why he's the Oracle, man. That's why he's the Oracle. That's, you know, it's that simple. People trust you, Natch, more than they trust me. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go to the chat. They were making me laugh during the break, Natch, because they picked up on my waifu body pillow. So a waifu, I'm going to tell you. Okay, please Google it. It's hilarious. A waifu, spelled W-A-I-F-U, body pillow, is a pillow the size of a human body with an anime girl painted on it, and it's something you can hug at night. Anyway, we're gonna go to the chat, and we'll get to those funny comments in a second. I'm trying to find a post that Pedro made that was really in depth and cool, and I can't find it. Let's go to the other chat window a second. Here it is. Okay. I'm gonna wait. No, there's more. Oh my god, you guys are killing it today. 2 years solo, and I just recently started going out there. I love the fact I am free to do whatever I want out here, living my best life with my daughter, said Tripsky. Can we get Tripsky and nivelazo, Natch?
What? Que nivelazo?
That's what it's about for me. It's not about marriage being good or bad, because the marriage model works for some, does not work for others. The idea is just living your best life, being as happy as you possibly can. Okay, let's continue. People wouldn't renew their contract. They would keep living together for comfort. Well, you know, a lot of people, Chusky, that was a comment from Chusky. A lot of people get married. At least one of the reasons they get married is under the auspice of tax breaks and certain savings that happen for married couples. That's right, Natch, isn't it? There's some kind of...
Yeah, to avoid bureaucracy.
Yeah.
In future bureaucracy, because marriage it has a lot. But,
yeah. I mean, even in the house. Thank God. Yeah. Jeez, I'm not going to go there. People already hate me. I don't want to give them any more fuel. All right, let's see. Not the waifu pillow, says Tripsgate. Rob, you threw me there. Well, now you know what a waifu pillow is, Bridge. Okay, so here's Pedro's comment. Get that ProBoh approved button ready. Marriage, automatic expiration is against the very nature of marriage. It only makes sense from an individualistic perspective, but if you engage in a marriage with that mindset, as well as your partner, there is no need to set an expiry date. Be sure your marriage is doomed. Be sure your marriage is doomed. The problem is that we live in an era of individualism. We all live for our own satisfaction. Let's give a ProBoh.
ProBoh approved.
You're right. We do. Everyone is an individualist. We've all become much more selfish. And that is why, for me, the marriage expiration date makes sense. Let's give people an option that fits the way they are, the way we are as a society today. I don't know. But it is a great point. It is a great point. Would you be going into a marriage knowing that it's only going to last 5 years? Thinking, well, I can give this a go. I can try this. Interesting point. Divorce is the consequence of marriage, says Chusky. True story, 100% of divorces caused by marriage. Do you know that, Natch? So that's a fact. It's a fact. You have a body pillow, don't you, with your face on it, said Tripsky. It's available in the ProBoh merch store right now. Wait, Min. I have a Rob body pillow. Limited edition, asks Tripsky. I made it myself, so I hope so, says Min. Oh, dude. Don't give me ideas, because I'm thinking about merch. I could be a millionaire if I released it to the public, says Min. If I was that popular, dude, I would be a millionaire, and I'm far from it. Where can I pre-order? Asked Tripsky, asking for a friend. Maybe Natch. Maybe that's the future for us. Get a Natch and a Rob body pillows. Little waifu body pillows of me and you, dude. Maybe we're wasting our time with radio. Maybe we should be thinking about that. Dude, I'm drinking half a pint of coffee right now. I'm in the zone right now. My eyes are shaking. I've had so much caffeine. Okay, let's see. You can read my rather long message. I noticed that if it exceeds a certain amount of characters, it doesn't appear in the chat. That's why I've missed some of your messages sometimes, Pedro. That one appeared, so thank you for that. Our institution should be flexible and malleable. Is funny enough an argument against national speed limits, says Min. What's the point of marriage? Isn't it easier just to love each other with no silly contract? Says Chusky. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think a lot of couples get married because society makes it easier for married couples. Do you know what I mean? Financially, in terms of bureaucracy, it's like the goal, right? You know, you get married, and then the next step, it's easier for you to have kids, and it's easier for those kids once you are married, and blah, 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 blah. I think we need to rework the whole system. We should let these things expire. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Oracle body pillow, says Min. There you go. They want one, Natch. We need to get on it. We'll open up the ProBoh merch store. The Natch and Rob body pillow. I'll buy one for everyone, says Tripsky. I prefer a scale 1 of 1, real life looking. Oh, you don't want one of those, Trusky. I'm not even going to read out that comment. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's get a drum roll, Natch. We'll go over the results. 63% of people said no. No, false. They believe in the institution, Natch. They believe in the institution. And as Groucho Marx famously said, marriage is an institution, and I'm not crazy enough to be put into an institution. Urs, how are you doing, Urs? Does anyone think about the children? Okay, let's see. We've actually got a serious comment here that's not about body pillows. It looks like we only think about our own personal satisfaction. Children need a strong parental relationship. Nowadays, people get divorced for silly reasons, just for having others' sexual experiences. But we're adults, and we have to think about the decisions we make throughout our lives. Wow, let's get a ProBoh approved.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
It's a really good point. I mean, it's easy for me to come up with these controversial, silly, kind of unpopular opinions. But yeah, I mean, there is quite often a third party involved in a marriage, and that's what's produced by that marriage or that partnership, which is often a child who you know, quite often in today's world is left somewhat abandoned by one of the parents. Or yeah, it's sad. I mean, when I was a kid, I was raised by a single parent. Like, I never met my father, and back then it wasn't as normal as it was today. I felt like an outcast, you know. I actually still remember one of my earliest memories is being at school, and the project was a family tree. And because I couldn't complete one half of the family tree, I just felt like a weirdo, you know. But now that seems to be a lot more normalized. Did my life suffer from being raised by only one parent? I don't think so, because once I got over the alcoholism and drugs, you know, things worked out fine, friends. Once I got over the alcoholism, everything was fine. Did I mention I drunk half a bottle of whiskey yesterday? Oh, dear. Anyway, Born to Iron Man. Marriage was about securing an economic or political advantage. The wishes of the married couple, much less their consent, were of little importance. The bride particularly was assumed to bow to her father's wishes and the marriage arrangements made on her behalf. That's from Born to Iron Man. Wow. Great insight. It's true. It's a kind of a relic of a feudal age. Well, look, you know, I would like baby Rob to marry baby Natch, and I offer you 2 tracts of lands of 3 acres. You know what I mean? We don't have to deal with that kind of crap anymore. You know? You know, quite often, we've all heard stories of these marriages. Like, people have been together for 8 to 9 years, 10 years. They get married, and the relationship dissolves after a year. Isn't? If we're asking, would the expiry date put added pressure on a relationship? My argument is marriage puts added pressure on a relationship quite often. Anyway, agreed, says Tripskate. One thing that stuck with me since my daughter was born was that what my mother told me. It's not about you anymore. True story. And on that beautiful note, friends, we're going to go to 100 humans. Woo, friends. Oh, Natch, it's so nice to be doing the show with you, my dude. Oh, you know what, Natch? It was a long walk to work today, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. I asked them to name a place where a celebrity would get special treatment. So name a place where a celebrity would be treated, you know, in a special way, in a manner that is above and beyond where a normal client or a normal person would be treated. I asked them that question, Natch. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers right here. Your job in the chat, my friends, your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Woo! Okay, Min has kicked us off. Min has started. Let's see what Min is saying actually just before this. He says, best way to secure a stable relationship is having kids. They're a great bandage to put over any problems. That's not good advice, Min. That's bad advice. ProBoh disapproves. All right, what do you think, Natch? Place where a celebrity gets special treatment.
At a restaurant?
A restaurant. Okay. Min agrees. Natch and Min both say at a restaurant. But is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. With 30 of 100 humans, Natch Min is the number 1 answer. My God, you guys just hit a hole in one. Unbelievable. All right, let's continue. Tripsky says a hotel. It's a hotel. Oh, no, sir, we'll give you the best room. You know, a hotel. When I go to a hotel, it's more like the Harry Potter experience. Lock me in a cupboard under the stairs. All right, anyway. So, a hotel. Is a hotel there? A place where a celebrity would get special treatment. A hotel. Yes, it is. Well done. It's actually the second most popular answer. You're going in order. Hotel, 19 of 100 humans said that one. Jail. This one's from Tripskate. Jail. In prison. In El Cárcel. Is it El Cárcel? Is prison masculine?
La cárcel.
Oh, God damn it. You know what I need to do with the masculine, feminine thing in Spanish? Is just whatever I think it is, say the opposite. You know? I think that's the lesson that I'm learning here, Natch. Okay. Jail. Prison. Cárcel. La cárcel. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. It is the 7th most popular answer with 4 of 100 humans saying jail. All right. In their dreams, says Pedro. In their dreams? It's not there. Sorry. A club. Una discoteca.
Nivelazo.
Finally. In a club. Is it there? In a discotheque. In a nightclub. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Okay. 13 of 100 humans said that. It's in 4th place. Well done, guys. You're killing it today. All right. In a shop, says Pedro. In a shop. A shop. A store. Is a shop there? Yes, it is. Well done. Well done. Well done, Pedro. 3rd most popular answer with 17 of 100 humans saying a celebrity gets special treatment in a shop. You guys are missing 2. You're just missing 2. Theatres, says Urs. In a theatre. Is it there? No, it's not. Sorry. La Rob, Le Rob. You guys, these guys, Natch, these guys trolling me. Okay, a courtroom or by the police. It's not there. Sorry. Okay, let's dish out some clues. Okay, this is going to be hard not to just give away the answer. Okay, so Amy Winehouse famously went to one of these. Sang about it. Amy Winehouse sang about it. Do you know, Natch? Do you think you know?
Rehab?
Rehab! Yes, it's there. Well done. Oh, we also have from Urs Airplane Mince as a graveyard. And the media, none of those are there. Sorry, guys. Born to Ireland. There's one more. Church isn't there, neither. Sorry, Born to Iron Man. Okay, one more. How do I say this without giving it away? Okay, maybe they get into an... They're not on the ward with everyone else. They probably have a special room where doctors visit them. Oof, that's me. I've made it too obvious, haven't I, Natch? What's the answer?
The doctor?
Well, yeah, a hospital. Well done to Min and Tripsky. Hospital, clinic, doctors. It's there. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run down the list. Are you ready, 100 humans? Are you ready? Here we go. I asked 100 humans to name a place a celebrity would get special treatment. In position number 7, we had jail or prison. Four of 100 humans said that one. In position number 6, we had rehabilitation. 5 of 100 humans said that one. In position number 5, we had hospital with 9 of 100 humans. In position number 4, we had a club, a nightclub, a discotheque with 13 of 100 humans. In position number 3, we had a store, a shop with 17 of 100 humans. In position number 2, we had a hotel. 19 of 100 humans said that one. Okay, and finally, I asked what place will a celebrity receive special treatment? In position number 1, Natch and Min both said at a restaurant. Well done, friends. In Scientology heaven, says Pedro. Oh dear. Isn't it weird that like all of a sudden everyone's forgotten that Tom Cruise is a Scientologist? All of a sudden he's like a superhero again. He's a Scientologist. It's crazy. All right, you know what we're going to do, friends? We're going to go to Complete the News.
Complete the news!
Okay, my friends, this is Complete the News, the final activity for today's show. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to do I have two, but we're going to do the second one. Here we go. A teacher who assigned blank... Oh, wait, how does this work? Let me tell you. I'm going to give you a news headline. I'll leave off some important information. If you're one of the many people watching the show, this is your moment. If you feel too nervous to write your opinion, this is your moment, because all you have to write is A, B, or C. Okay, so here we go. Teacher who assigned blank story for homework. So a teacher assigned some homework about a story. They had to write a story. Has been put on leave and is under investigation. Yeah. So a teacher who assigned blank story is on leave and under investigation. But what did he assign? What story was it? Was it A, to write the perfect crime? Was it B, to tell the story of a trans Cinderella? Or C, to write their sexual fantasy? A teacher who assigned blank story is on leave and under investigation. But was it A, to write the perfect crime? B, to write about a trans Cinderella? Or C, to write about their sexual fantasy? A, B, or C? What are you thinking, Natch?
Perfect crime?
Perfect crime, A. Okay. In the chat, everyone's saying C. I respect your game, chat. Everyone's saying C, except for Natch. I'll salute you, Natch, for being the only person to write A, the perfect crime. Laurcara says trans Cinderella, as does, Pedro says C. Let's get a drum roll, sir. Teacher who assigned a sexual fantasy story. I lost to the chat, but I beat Natch. So I feel good. A Churchill teacher who assigned sexual fantasy story is on leave and pending investigation. The teacher who assigned students to write about a sexual fantasy for health class at Churchill High School is on administrative leave pending an investigation. The district said an outside third party is investigating but did not provide details. I believe that the investigation will look into any and all concerns and allegations that have been raised, not just one for the assignment that was circulated on social media. One thing that I can't find in this report is how old the students were. Because let's be frank, if they're over the age of like 16, is it really, such a big deal? Are we just a little bit more open-minded in Europe? This is obviously an American story. And guys, by the way, all the links that I used in the show, you can find all those links on my Patreon, patreon.com/Professional Bohemian. Guys, thank you. So the Oracle is always right. He just predicts the future, says me. True story. All right, friends. Guys, back on this channel at lunchtime, you'll have the lunchtime show. Friends, I've had an amazing time. Friends, so many things you could have been doing today. But instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with Natch and I, and it means the absolute world. I will see you tomorrow.